Okay, this is learning target 4. Use statistics to compare center and spread of two different data sets. You may remember doing this like for other things. So measures of center, this is what I'm saying, you might remember this. I want you to go ahead, even if you already know it, I want you to copy it down. The mean, it's going to be our average, where you add up all the things, divide by the total of numbers. The median is the middle number, and then our mode is the most often repeated. Outliers, this might be a new one. These are values usually far from the middle and have a strong influence on the mean, but not on the median. So like just say for a test score, like this is an example, most people get like, oh, this is not on pen. Okay, so most people get like 87, 90, 86, 91, 88, 89, 87. So that's how most people do. And then an outlier would be like one person gets a 43%. That's my outlier. It's not really going to affect the middle number that I get or the one that's most often repeated, but it's definitely going to affect my mean. So when I add these all up and divide by the total, this will have a big impact, even though it might not actually show the true, like what the true class, like pretty much everyone in the class except for that one person gets it, is what that's saying. Like that outlier is like that, those couple of people that either do really well or really bad. So example, the data shows how the number of people who attend a movie theater over a period of 16 days. Find the measure of center. So again, our measure of center are these three things. The mean. So ready, I'm going to do this down here. So A, the mean. So what I'm going to do is we're going to add up all these numbers. So I'm going to show this on the calculator for you. I'm going to add up all these numbers. So I have 14 plus 23 plus 10 plus 21 plus 7 plus 80 plus 92, 14, 26, 21, 38, 20, 35, and 21. So I have 484, so I'm just going to write that really fast, 484. And then I want to count how many there are. So 1, 2, 16. Just kidding. We're going to divide this by 16 to see what our average is. So what was that, 30.25? Let me just double check. What did that say? 30.25. So my mean is 30.25. But if we look, we have some, like we have this that says 92. That's an 80. That's really affecting this data. So ready, if we go to B, like, so that was our mean, we want the median. So for me to find the median, I like to order these. The way to do it is you order them from smallest to greatest. So I have a 7, and then I'm going to cross them off. A 7, a 10, 14, and a 14, so two 14s. 21, two 21s. Oh, just kidding, three 21s. A 23, oh, a 20 in here. Oops, I missed you. So 23, and then a 30, a 32. Oh, I forgot 26. I'm not very good at this, am I? Huh. 26, 38. Oh, forgot 35. For some reason, I'm seeing these all funny. Then 80 and 92. So then what I want to do is I want to go through and I want to cancel them out. So I want to pick one high, one low. So I just cancel and find the middle ones. And then cancel, and then cancel, and then 14, and then 38, and then 14, and then 35, and then 20, and then 32, and then 21, and 20. So I'm left with 2. So I want the number that would be the average of these two. So right now, since it's 21, 23, I can clearly tell that it's 22, but if you didn't know that, you could do 21 plus 23 divided by, since there's 2 of them, 2, and that'll also give you 22. So my median is 22. My mode is the number I see the most of. So I have 2 14s, 3 21s. So here, my mode is 21 because I have 3 of them. That's the most one that's repeated. So then, now let's look at B. So this was my measure of center, these 3 things. The theater's management wants to compare its attendance to that of other theaters in the area. Which measure of center best represents the data? Normally we go with a mean, that's what most people pick, but then again, we have our 2 outliers. They kind of affect really what we're looking at. So in this case, and now it's different for every case, normally a lot of people use the mean, but that's not always the best one. So this one, I would say the median. I would say the middle one. A lot of times you pick the mode, it's the most often repeated, but that's normally not a good one. So for this one, I'm going to say that it's 22. I'm going to say that it's the median because my mean right now has outliers which are really affecting. That's giving me, that's like really high compared to 22 and 21. All right, so what I want you to do is I want you to pause and I want you to write these orders down and write this whole thing down. It's talking about the data down here. I want you to pause, write it down, and then unpause, and I'm going to talk about it. Oh, it's so tiny. There we go. Okay, so find the 5-number summary for the number of points scored by the Chicago, blah, 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 here. So our 5-number summary is our minimum, our Q1, our, it's going to be our median. I'm just going to write MED for median. Our Q2, and our maximum. Minimum and maximum are the easiest. They're just the smallest. So all this is all of these numbers laid out in order, like from smallest to biggest. So my minimum is always the smallest one. So my minimum is going to be 167. So our step 1 is we organize this from smallest to, like what I just did over on this page, from smallest to greatest. So they already did that. Step 2 is what we're doing. We're finding the minimum and maximum. My maximum is now going to be 2, 3, 5, 7. Those are the 2 easiest ones. My median, again, that's when I'm going to do the cancel, 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 cancel. And that's how they got this. So those 3 are the easiest. So I'm going to erase these right now. So one thing that I want you to see is that in our lower ranges, it includes our minimum. And in our higher ranges, it includes our maximum. But that median number is not included. And so our Q1 is for the lower end, and all you're doing is finding the median of that. Oh, that's how we got Q1. So the same thing over here. Oh, that's how we got Q2. So you're just taking the median, but not including the median of the lows and the median of the highs, but not including this number. One other important thing, the interquartile range, is just the difference between the first quartile and the third quartile. So this would be our first, and this would be our third, I think. Something like that. So it's going to be 288 minus, what is this number? 841. So then 841 minus 288. So I have to borrow. This is a 3, I have to borrow again. That's a 5, 765. And then it's going to be a negative. So that would be this. All right. So we're going to do the 5-number summary of the data set above about the attendance at the movie theater. So we're going to do it. Okay. So the first thing I'm going to do is I'm going to then put these in order. Actually, a lot neater though. 7, and actually, remember there were 2 14s. Oh, I forgot a 10 already. Look at me. 7, 10, 14, 14, 20, where are you? 3 21s, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 23, 26, 32, 35, 38, and then I'm just going to do these ones here, 80, 92. All right, so the first thing I want is my min. I want my min, Q1, my median, my Q2, and my max. So it's really easy. My min is going to be my smallest number. My max is going to be my biggest number. My median, so remember, this is where I'm going to find out what my middle number is. And we found out over here that my median is going to be 22. It's going to be right in between these two. So right in between these two. So that's going to be my 22. The number right in between there. So, do this in green. That means everything down here is my lows. Everything up here is my highs. So I'm going to find my Q1, so I'm canceling to find that. 1, 1. So this is going to be a 14. Same thing here. You missing a number here? Am I missing a number? I think I'm missing a number. Because it should work out pretty again. I shouldn't have that. 14. Right, it was between 21 and 23, yeah. 23, 26. All right, so what is this, 35 and 38? We'll just say if that was our numbers because I might be just missing something. 35 and 38, so remember, we add them. 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Then I do 73 divided because there's two numbers. 2 goes into 3. 2 goes into 7 3 times. 2 times 3 is 6. 13. 2 times 6 is 12. 1.05. So this would be my 36.5. Might be missing a number, but if this was my set, that would be my Q2. So, before class, find the measure of center, the outliers, and 5-number summary in the following set. Was I supposed to find the outliers here? Oh, no. So you're just going to do the same thing. You're going to tell me, you're going to find then the mean, median, mode. You're going to find my outliers, and then you're going to find the min, Q1, median. Oh, look, it's the same number as that. Q2, maximum. And that's what you're doing.